Right now, on used car lots across America, older buyers are being steered toward overpriced, certified pre-owned SUVs loaded with features they never asked for, touchscreens they find confusing, and repair bills coming their way that nobody is going to warn them about. The salesperson does not mention that the lane departure alarm will beep at you every time you approach the edge of your own driveway. They do not mention that the 8-inch touchscreen is the only way to adjust your heat. And they certainly do not mention that the backup camera system on that specific model has already generated 340 complaints with the federal government. Here is the truth that the used car industry does not want you to find on YouTube. The best cars for senior drivers are hiding in plain sight, priced between $4,000 and $15,000, ignored by younger buyers, and so dependable that their owners joke the only thing they ever buy for them is oil. Today, we are going through 5 of them. Every single one was chosen on data: Consumer Reports reliability scores, RepairPal annual maintenance costs, NHTSA complaint records, and real owner communities with 15 years of documented use. And everyone was evaluated specifically on what matters to a senior driver: how easy it is to get in and out of, how simple the controls are, how clearly you can see out of it, and how rarely it sends you an unexpected bill. Stay until number 1. It has been called the Japanese Buick, and that might be the highest compliment in the senior car world. Before we go through the cars, here is what backs every claim in this video. Consumer Reports, 300,000 real owner survey responses every year. RepairPal, actual repair invoices from independent shops across the country, giving us real annual maintenance costs. NHTSA, the government's official safety complaint database, free at nhtsa.gov. And long-term owner communities, people who have driven these specific vehicles for 12, 15, 20 years and documented everything. When we say a car costs $388 a year to maintain, that is the median of tens of thousands of real repair bills. When we say a car has a documented lifespan past 250,000 miles, real owners have submitted that data. This is not opinion, it is the record. Number 5, the Buick LeSabre, 2001 through 2005. And this car was not accidentally good for senior drivers. It was designed from the ground up for this exact demographic, and it delivers on that premise completely. The star of the LeSabre is the 3800 Series D2 V6. Ask any mechanic who has been working on American cars since the 1990s about this engine, and you will get the same response every time. It is bulletproof. Buick produced this engine for decades. It is one of the most durable V6 engines American automakers have ever built. Owner forums document 200,000-mile lifespans routinely, and many owners report reaching 250,000 and 300,000 miles with nothing beyond regular maintenance. Senior body advantage. Buick LeSabre, 2001-2005. Senior physical advantages. Front bench seat, wide open, no center console, slide across to exit in any parking situation. Door, opens wide with a low sill, step in and out with minimal joint effort. Suspension, tuned specifically for road isolation, soft, quiet, absorbs everything. Controls, physical throughout, climate, radio, everything accessible without looking. The suspension tuning is soft in a way that modern efficiency-focused vehicles simply do not replicate. Buick intentionally isolated the cabin from road imperfections, and for a senior with back pain, hip issues, or anyone who finds a firm suspension genuinely uncomfortable, this matters every single day. Owner story: Howard, 76, Kansas City, Missouri. Howard had spinal stenosis and had been told by his physiotherapist that firm suspension vehicles were aggravating his condition on his daily 12-mile round trip to his senior center. His son spent 2 weeks researching options and found a 2003 LeSabre with 94,000 miles for $5,600. The first morning Howard drove it, his son told us, he called me and said, "I did not feel the railroad tracks. I have driven over those tracks every day for 8 years. I felt them every time until today." Howard has now driven the car 18 months. Total unplanned repairs, $0. Number 4. The Toyota RAV4, 4th generation, 2013 through 2018. And the RAV4 earns its place here for something that almost no list ever mentions: the cargo floor height. The 4th-gen RAV4's cargo floor sits lower than most competitors in its class. That means loading groceries, a walker, garden supplies, or anything bulky does not require hoisting it up and over a high bumper. You slide it in. Over months and years of daily use, that difference in loading effort accumulates. Your back, your shoulders, and your knees notice. Loading a car should not be exercise. Senior body advantage. Seat height 19.5 inches. Optimal senior entry exit range confirmed by occupational therapists. AWD system. Proactive engagement before traction loss. 2017-2018 models. Toyota Safety Sense Standard. Pre-collision, lane departure, automatic braking. For a senior driver on the highway, that automatic braking system has been independently shown to reduce rear-end crashes by over 50%. That is not a feature. That is a safety net. Owner's story. Sandra, 66, Denver, Colorado. Sandra had been hesitating to drive on the highway since a near miss on I-25 2 years earlier. Her confidence behind the wheel had declined significantly. Her daughter found her a 2017 RAV4 with Toyota Safety Sense for $1,700 with 58,000 miles. In the 6 months since, Sandra has driven highway miles twice a week to visit her mother. "The car caught something I would have missed last month," she told her daughter. "A truck cut in fast and the car braked before I could react. I know it sounds simple, but I felt safe for the first time in 2 years." Number 3. The Mazda CX-5, 2017 through 2020. And this one is on the list for a senior who still genuinely enjoys the act of driving, someone who finds it therapeutic rather than stressful, someone who wants to feel connected to the car rather than isolated from it. Most small SUVs at this price point feel vague. The steering gives you no feedback. The transmission hunts constantly. The cabin is dominated by a touchscreen that demands your visual attention every time you want to change a setting. The CX-5 does none of that. It uses a conventional 6-speed automatic, smooth and predictable. And instead of a touchscreen for infotainment, Mazda uses a rotary commander knob on the center console. The rotary knob is the most significant interface advantage of any car on this list. You scroll through menus, select options, and adjust settings entirely by touch, without looking down at a screen. For senior drivers who have spent 40 years operating cars with physical controls, the CX-5 is the closest thing to that experience in a modern SUV. Adaptive cruise control. Standard from 2017 on. Blind spot monitoring and rear cross-traffic alert. Standard on most trims. RepairPal, $447 per year. One of the lowest ownership costs in the segment. Owner story. Robert, 68, San Diego, California. Robert had been a driving instructor for 22 years before retiring. He was extremely precise about car feel and had found the transition to modern touchscreen-heavy vehicles deeply frustrating. "Everything takes 5 taps now," he told us. "I once drove off a roundabout because I was trying to turn down the volume." His mechanic pointed him toward the CX-5. Robert bought a 2018 with 44,000 miles for $16,200. "I feel the road again," he said after 2 months. "I know what the car is doing. The knob is where it should be. I did not realize how much I had missed just driving." Number 2. The Lexus RX 350, 2013 through 2015. If you have been researching senior-friendly SUVs for more than a week, you have probably already heard this recommendation. There is a reason it keeps coming up. It is genuinely the most thoughtfully designed entry and exit experience of any vehicle on this list. Lexus engineers the RX's seat height to sit at approximately hip level for the average adult. Getting in is not a step up. It is not a lowering down. It is a horizontal slide. You walk to the door, pivot, and sit down as if you are sitting in a regular chair. For a senior with any hip, knee, or back limitation, this is not a minor comfort feature. It is the difference between a car that is manageable and a car that is genuinely daily life easy. NVH insulation, exceptional. Quietest cabin in class, important for hearing aid users. Cabin materials, premium tactile buttons and knobs. And here is the sentence that closes the deal. Ask your independent mechanic whether they would rather work on a used Mercedes GLE or a used Lexus RX. They will tell you the Lexus every single time, because underneath the premium exterior is essentially a Toyota. Your neighborhood shop can handle it. Parts are on the shelf, the labor is reasonable. The badge says Lexus. The repair bill says something much, much closer to Camry. Owner story. Margaret, 72, Boston, Massachusetts. Margaret had a total right hip replacement 18 months ago and was cleared to drive but struggling with vehicles that required any rotation or downward step to enter. Her orthopedic surgeon specifically recommended looking for a vehicle with a seat height near hip level. Her son found a 2014 RX 350 with 67,000 miles and a full service history for $14,900. At her 6-week post-driving checkup, her surgeon asked how the entry and exit was going. "I forget the hip was replaced when I get in the car," Margaret said. "It just sits at the right height. I just sit down." Number 1. The Toyota Avalon, 2005 through 2012. And it has been called the Japanese Buick. That is the most accurate single-sentence description of what this car is. And in the senior car world, that might be the highest compliment you can pay. The Avalon is Toyota's full-size sedan, tuned specifically for 3 things: comfort, quietness, and long-distance smoothness. And it delivers on all 3 better than almost anything else you can buy used for this money. The 2.7 GR-FE 3.5-liter V6 engine, fitted to every Avalon in this range, is one of Toyota's most celebrated power plants. Owner communities across the internet document 250,000, 280,000, and 300,000-mile lifespans with nothing beyond routine maintenance. This is not marketing language. It is the documented record of what happens when Toyota overbuilds an engine for a car they intend to sell to people who will keep it for 15 years. The interior is a masterclass in ease of use that modern cars have largely abandoned. Large, high-contrast gauges. Climate controls with real knobs, the kind you can adjust by feel while keeping your eyes on the road. Seats wide enough to be genuinely comfortable for a full range of body types without side bolsters that squeeze. And certain trims offer actual bench-style front seating with reclining rear seats, a configuration you simply cannot buy in a new car today. RepairPal, $408 per year in average maintenance. Consumer Reports, 5 out of 5. Available for $8,000 to $13,000 for a clean 2005 to 2012 example. If it has been maintained properly, and a documented service history will tell you, it should run another 100,000 miles without breaking a sweat. Owner story: Victor and Edna, both 74, Tampa, Florida. Victor and Edna drove from Tampa to their daughter's home in Atlanta twice a year, a 7-hour drive each way. Edna had fibromyalgia and found long car journeys genuinely painful in firm suspended vehicles. Their mechanic told them directly, "If you want a car that Edna will arrive in feeling like she barely drove, find a clean Avalon." They bought a 2009 with 81,000 miles for $9,800. 6 months later, their daughter called the mechanic to thank him. "Mom said she arrived in Atlanta last weekend feeling normal," she told him. "She has not said that after a long drive in years." 5 cars, starting from number 5. Number 5. The Buick LeSabre, 2001 to 2005. The car Buick designed for this demographic and got exactly right. The 3800 V6 runs to 300,000 miles. Howard could not feel the railroad tracks. Number 4. The Toyota RAV4, 2013 to 2018. The SUV that does everything quietly. Sandra felt safe driving on the highway for the first time in 2 years. Number 3. The Mazda CX-5 2017 to 2020, for the senior who still enjoys driving. Robert felt the road again. Number 2. The Lexus RX 350 2013 to 2015, the gold standard. Margaret forgot her hip was replaced when she got into the car. And number 1. The Toyota Avalon 2005 to 2012, the Japanese Buick. Edna arrived feeling normal. Now I want to hear from you. Which car on this list are you currently driving? Or which one are you considering? And what matters most to you when you sit in it? Drop your answer and your age in the comments. We read every single one. And if your experience helps another senior make a better decision, it is worth sharing. And if you want to know which cars and SUVs seniors over 70 should never buy, the ones that look right and cost a fortune in hidden bills, that video is right here. Because knowing what to avoid is just as important as knowing what to choose. The best car is not the newest one. It is not the one with the most features. It is the one that takes you where you need to go every morning without once asking you to worry about it. See you in the next one.